Now, ways to improve your English. How many of you want to improve your English? I'm sure everybody will say, yeah, I want to speak better. I want to be heard. I want to make an impression. I want people to know that I'm conveying something. All of you today go to your outer world. It can be your IT world, your sales world, or any world that you are. Without English, you find that you are at a loss. You are very uncomfortable. You cannot convey a thing. And the moment somebody speaks good English, let me tell you, I have seen heads turning to see, "Bhai, kaun bol raha hai? Who is this guy speaking such good English?" Honestly, right? So work towards that. First and foremost is read newspapers regularly. I mean, newspapers will help you in two ways. One is it will improve your English. Don't read that nonsensical headlines and columns. Read only editorial page. Just read for 10 minutes. Read for 10 minutes in a day. It will improve your perception of a particular situation. If there is a border dispute going on between China and India, this guy will give a totally different perspective and make sure you get those words and use them as much as you can. Next is speak as often and with as many people as possible in English, of course. Now, I've used to advise a small game in your family. If you have your sibling, your brother, sister, whoever. Now, make sure you converse with them from now onwards only and only in English. If your dad is comfortable talking in English, converse with him only and only in English. If your mom is also comfortable speaking English, English and only in English. Now, I used to make my children play a small game when they were kids. Now they're grown up, of course, that they would not speak in anything else other than English. And the moment somebody speaks in Telugu or Hindi or in any other language, that person loses a point. So they used to maintain a scorecard, and at the end of the day, they would know who's won, who's lost. In the bargain, they, I mean, I told you about those people. I mean, I told you about
Excuse me,
heads.
sir.
And some, yeah, please go ahead. Yes,
Sir,
Teja.
why can't we speak Hindi in that SSB interview, sir? Hindi is our national language, no, sir.
Yeah, Teja, you can speak in Hindi, but remember the entire material that will be given to you, the entire instructions that will be given to you, narratives that will be given to you will all be in English. There
Yes,
are
sir.
people from Northeast who come who don't understand Hindi so well. There are people from Tamil Nadu who come who don't know Hindi at all. National language is a good point for discussion or good point for debate. But if you come to Hindi, let me tell you, do you think you can speak Hindi as good as a guy from Uttar Pradesh? You cannot.
Sir?
Do you think you can speak Hindi as good as a guy who comes from Uttar Pradesh?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
It is
And
mother.
you will be speaking Hyderabadi Hindi. Nakko bologe, fir wo bolega, what is nakko? Right? So the Hindi also has got a lot of dialects, but English fortunately has got only one dialect in the whole country. Right? Got the point? So
Yes, sir.
play this game with your siblings, play this game with your friends, and I'm sure you will see yourself improving, you'll see yourself developing, right? Read English books. Don't read, I'm not expecting you to read Alvin Toffler or any guys of that level, but read simple English books. It'll improve your English. And best way to speak English is speak in simple sentences. You know, in English, there are simple and complex. Speak in simple sentences and small sentences. Every sentence could have just karta, karma, kare. Practice karo. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. You can convert your thought into English. I'm, for the time being, just to mention as to what I'm doing, I'm right now in Tamil Nadu, and I don't know Tamil, but in the last couple of weeks that I've been here, I've been speaking Tamil, and people get surprised कि sir Tamil अच्छे बोल रहे हो आप, Tamil नल्ला पैस रहे. I said, yeah, I speak Tamil now. So you need to practice. You need to practice, and you can do it, right? And even English news, TV serials with English subtitles. Keep reading the subtitles, right? And note new words that come across your way. And mirror practice, which Vijay Garu just mentioned. Mirror practice is the best way to practice, because you will make sure that you will study your own facial expression, your own facial features, how you contort your face. That means how you face ko dene baye jo mod dete hain baat karte waqt, how you do it. You can see all that in your mirror, so you can correct yourself, right? And There are antonyms and synonyms. You have to learn antonyms and synonyms. This will be one of the questions which will be there in your OIR. But there's a very simple book called Antonyms and Synonyms book. I don't know if I have it with me here. If I have it, I'll send it to you. I mean, I can send some pictures to you, but you can buy a book, Antonyms and Synonyms. If for a particular word, if you can use a little more complex word, I'm not use a very complex word. If you use a little more complex word, your value would just shoot up. People would say, "Oh wow, this guy is he's got really makes sense." Simple proverbs and quotations. You have to keep writing them. You have to keep using them. See, I like the way Ram used the proverb about literacy as to what literacy can do to a person. Use write them down. You can use them in your speeches. And there are a lot of mobile apps which will teach you English. Now, what are those mobile apps? The next slide I'll show you what are those mobile apps. And English speaking classes. I've sent you a link in the target group itself where I told you can join two courses, one to improve your confidence levels and one to improve your English. And they're at the cost of 100 rupees per course or something like that, which is being done by one Mr. Gampa Nageshwar Rao. If you still want those details, I can again connect them to you, right? And then, anybody has got any doubts so far? Okay. Let me now introduce you to some free English teaching apps. Here are some English teaching apps. Hello English. You can note them down. Duolingo, Lingbe, Memrise, Busu, Awabe, Learn English Daily. There are a lot of them, and all of them are free. Free. Just pick up one of them and learn how to make simple but effective English sentences. Right? So I think I finished my present this Beelingu app. Yeah, I finished my session for the day, and yeah, I've exceeded by what a couple of minutes. Is there anybody who wants to ask anything? And I want to thank Vijay Garu for being present for the session. I know he has a very busy schedule. Despite that, he's taken time to come and sit with us and spend this 1.5 hours. Thank you, Vijay Garu. And so, anything
Not
else?
at all,
Anybody?
not at all. Can I just suggest?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, it would be good to end each session with one of the students just giving their feedback on session or what they learned in the session. That's another
That's a
opportunity
great
to talk. Yeah, just
great
yeah,
idea.
if any student can say about what you got from the session, that is useful for you.
Wonderful. Yeah, anybody? Otherwise, I'll have to nominate somebody.
Yes.
Okay, Malvika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let's hear from you. You've been the most silent in the whole session, I thought.
I was listening to the whole class, sir. Like,
Yeah,
good
good,
evening
good.
to
Go ahead.
everybody, sir. Sir, I've learned many things like what to learn, how to talk, and I was like writing down what all you were teaching in the session, sir.
Okay.
And like for the like most of the things I'm not familiar, so I've written down all the things, sir, to focus more on that.
Okay. Great.
And I'm sorry for not talking today, sir. Like
No, don't worry.
about
Don't feel sorry. You have to make. I'm so happy your audio file was very good. I was telling you. Yeah. Good.
thank you. I'll definitely tell it in the next 2 week sessions. Like I'll definitely
Okay.
participate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
From what
Thank you, sir.
thank you. From what Malvika mentions, I realize that she has benefited from the interaction that we had today. But to be honest, from the feedback which she gave, I have not been benefited because I have not heard anything negative. Any area where I can improve. I honestly want to improve. If there's any area where you think, sir, आप थोड़ा धीरे से बोलो, या फिर आप राम can tell me, sir, आप तेलुगु में मत बोलो, or whatever. If there's anything that you think I can focus on, I can improve on, please feel free to tell me. It'll be a pleasure because, like I told you, I am learning, if not more, as much as you guys are learning, right? So,
Sir, if you ask the
yes,
same
yeah.
question before class, I would say that would be some net problem or internet issues. But as per this
Yes,
class
sir.
is concerned, it was as normal, sir. It's fine because we're not having any net issues and the class was quite good. And
Okay.
even by this class, I've come to know my remarks on my speech. That was pretty good, sir.
Great.
So
Great.
today, for this class, there are no negatives, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I'm really excited about such a positive feedback. And I think I've done some manipulation to ensure that the internet connectivity stays. It went once in between, but I think once I took off my video, I think the connectivity was that much better. Great. Yes. Anything else, anybody?
Sir, if your video will be continuous on means we can see your expressions, sir. We can learn a lot from
Ram, if I mean, let me try to have the video on, but I'm only worried by keeping the video on, I might lose some part of the class. Internet बंद हो जाएगा करके देखता हूँ.
Yes,
And
sir.
thanks for the compliment again, Ram. Right.
I know Telugu, sir.
You know Telugu. Okay. I'm so happy. I was actually feeling bad when I was talking Telugu because I thought you will say, "यार क्या sir, फिर Telugu में शुरू हो गए." I've not spoken Telugu for 37 years of my life when I was in the army. Like legally, we keep waiting to talk in Telugu. Okay,
Yes.
great. So thanks everybody, and I'll talk about the on-time work for the next week, the next session, and you can prepare an audio file for the next section on topic of your choice. Make it 2 minutes. 2 minutes is 2 minutes. It is not 159. It is not 201. Try working on it. 2-3 बार practice करो and make sure you keep it there. Because in the lecturate, when you go for SSB, you are asked to talk for 3 minutes, and you don't have a watch. Your watches are actually taken away. You don't have a watch, so you have to imagine what is 3 minutes. You can't stop at 1.5. You can't go to 4.5. So you have to be very close to 3 minutes, right? And the topic that we selected for next week, which is the 2-minute talk, is a compulsory military training in schools and colleges. I have a lot of children who tell me, why can't we have compulsory military training? Let's hear some pros and cons. And group discussion should be English. I hope, Teja, you like this subject. Should English continue to be the official language in India? Teja, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. You like this subject. And Teja, you call me whenever you want to speak, and we'll have a long conversation in English at a very slow pace. Okay? Yeah. And
Yes,
current affairs, we
Thank you,
wanted to cover Sino-Indian relations this time. And Anurag was ready with his presentation, but we couldn't take it on because of the time constraint. Next time, I'll shorten this thing. So when we come to the officer-like qualities, please make sure all the 15 are on your mind. 15 are there on your wall of your study room, and come with stories for the second part of the officer-like qualities from Ramayana that we talked about, right? So thanks a lot, everybody. Vijay Garu, anything that you'd like to say?
No, I'm fine. Yeah, I thought it was very good, and look forward to continued participation from students.
Great. Anurag, Ashish.
We are also learning a lot from this session, sir.
Come on. Don't pull my leg now.
No, it is true, sir. The officer-like qualities will help everyone on this session, sir.
Yeah, it will
Improve their
help everybody.
personality.
Absolutely. Ashish, are you there? Okay, no issue. Mr. Left. Okay, so thanks everybody, and had fun interacting with you, and looking forward to more such sessions. And I'm sure all of us will benefit mutually. Right? Thank you so much. Let me see Jai Hind slide. Okay, there comes my Jai Hind slide. Bye bye. Take care.